What's going on, people? How are you, my misfit minions, my moon children? How is everybody? What's going on? I had a unfinished project reach out, making sure I was all right. So I figured I should just do a live stream check in with everybody before folks got too worried. You know, that whole save Ferris kind of effect. Well, I'm pretty sure that'll come into play soon. We've got nobody in here. It's only been 47 seconds. It starts to feel like a long time when you're talking to yourself, to the internet, and to the internet to yourself. It's a live stream. I don't know what it is. How do you classify that? But per usual, we will. There we go. There's unfinished. I'm still alive, man. I'm still alive. I'm kicking, driving the old truck around. Nothing incredibly interesting has happened. If that's probably good. I don't know. But I replied to your email, man. I'm doing all right. Nothing wild over here. Truck's been running smooth. Haven't broken anything, which is always pretty nice. Had you nervous? I'm sorry, brother. I didn't even realize how long it had been since I uploaded anything. I had a couple ideas for shorts this week, but nothing really came to fruition. I haven't done any very interesting work at all. It was kind of, I was laughing because I used some of those little cooling system tablets Uncle Tony just did a video about. I used a couple of those. Had a couple little pinholes going, and I think I plugged them up. I haven't been smelling any coolant, so that's always good. What about you, man? What's going on the farm? Is it cold? Is it frozen? Do you have to cull like 15 head of cattle or something? There's always some kind of painful crap going on a farm. Knock my moon pie down. I must have been gunning it. Unfinished is busy. Cold, wet, and rainy. Yeah, it's not overly cold. People keep saying how cold it is here. It's about 55 to 60 degrees at the coldest, which is about perfect for me. So it's kind of funny hearing them say how cold it is. But we got a little tiny bit of rain. And again, nothing too bad, nothing wild. It's pretty mellow over here no matter what. You know, it's not. Every now and again, we'll get a little bit of weather. Like last year, we got a lot of rain. But, I mean, the news just blows it out of proportion. It's not like it's anything that significant. Oh, chat, we got a live chat. 22 degrees. Yeah, 22 is pretty cold, man. 22 is pretty dang cold. And I feel like right around about 36 degrees, 30 degrees, that's when it starts to really feel cold. And then closer you get down to zero is just pretty damn miserable. But hell, you know what I mean? There's people like, Tom Brown, he comes in sometimes. He's up in North Dakota and he gets like negative 20 something, negative 40 something, I think he said. I can't remember exactly. Can't remember much of anything. But, yeah, that'll do it. Especially if you got to work, man. I can't imagine. My poor knuckles. And I guess I just work with gloves. But, which reminds me, I just bought myself a new pair of Wells Lamont gloves. The Hydra hides, they're so nice at first. They're like isotoners for that first couple weeks. We're back down to one person. We were at 3 for a second there. I'm assuming everybody's doing better stuff with their Saturday, which is more than acceptable. I was just sitting here. I figured I would check in. Again, I don't want to be worrying you guys. I know how much Hear about some scandal in the paper or something. Lamont, you big dummy. Yeah, the Wells Lamont gloves. The Hydra hides. I love those damn things. Love those damn things. Hey, John Wilburn's in the chat saying, I wish I was doing better stuff with my Saturday. What's going on, John? I missed your show last night. Oli's Garage is in the chat. Oli. Man, I was half asleep during the garage trivia, and I tried to stay awake during the garage hangout, but I was like kind of half there, just muttering things here and there. I was like, I like Ford. Ford is good. Thunderbird. But that was cool, man. That was a fun garage hangout. What's going on with you, John? What's happening? Anything cool? I know you announced this year's No Name Nationals. I didn't get to tune in on that either. I've been working like a hard worker. Dakota's timeout is in the chat. Dakota, how are you, man? Always like, ha! It's all good. I was seeing that. Just glad to have you stop it. Yeah, man. I would have, like I said, I would have jumped on StreamYard and ran my mouth a little bit, but it's cool just to listen. It's cool just to listen. There's a lot of cool Ford stuff you guys were showing, and Bryce working on his old Dodge. It was nice. It was good. I was sitting back just like this, cigar. But I was pretty drained. We just finished up a line of cars that we were building this last week, and this whole week was kind of helping the rest of the line push those cars out, which was kind of annoying because I'm basically just doing other people's work. Just I don't really like doing trim and stuff. So what are you gonna do? Mike in 32451 is in the chat. What's going on, Mike? Saying unfinished project. Is unfinished project actually John Wilburn? Didn't know he had an alt. Mike N, I've speculated for some time that both Fubar and unfinished project are just John Wilburn under assumed identities. No, I don't know. But yeah, it was kind of a weird week. Having to think. I don't like having to think too much, but but it was cool. I finally got to ride in one of those electric trucks yesterday, and goodness, they are fast. Goodness, I mean, after experiencing that, I didn't feel like I was doing something bad to the world. It's kind of weird though, because there's so little going on, it's so quiet, you know what I mean? And then you're going that fast, so it's very roller coaster like. Mike N saying this is how rumors get started. John Wilburn says unfinished project can't be me. He and Fubar are mods. Oh, that's right. That was because you accidentally timed out Nate Mayfield. And I was like, if he's sleeping on it, he'll be fine with the normal crowd. Dennis, what's going on, saying? What's going on, man? He's saying it never rains in Southern California. But man, it pours Livestream into the snow. How are you, Dennis? How's it going, man? Mike in 32451 saying, way to throw us off the trail, Wilburn, if that is your real name. Bum, bum, bum. Holy's Garage is saying, watched a video of a brand new Hummer locked up in the street with software issues. No thanks. Yeah, only that is prevalent with the software issues. And it's kind of funny that they're getting these like remote recalls basically to where they have to update your vehicle remotely, but it's still considered a recall by technical standards, which is strange to me. But again, you know what I mean? The damn thing was fast. Whoa. Look, Barden saying, good to see you. Unfinished project, John Wilburn, all in the chat. Oh yeah, we're all. Those are my guys. Holy saying, I reboot my carburetor with a hammer. down the road. I go, yeah, you're telling me, Oli. That's a lot of the old school guys that I work with. You know what I mean? They definitely respect the older driving the older pickup because you know what I mean. Especially when I explain to them, it's still it's still running points and everything. They're like, well, it's simple enough. I'm like, it's what I can understand, and I still barely understand that. So, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I just wanted to check in again. Mopard, a box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. Unfinished project reached out. He was like, "Oh, what happened to you? Have you been deported somewhere? Have you been spirited away? Laventar, as the natives say." Um, So I figured, it was good to check in. I haven't been uploading much at all. I haven't had a lot that I've been wanting to put up online, really. Um, some of the stuff at work is interesting, but because I'm prototyping and all that, I can't really just upload it. It's, against whatever little contract I have. However I sold my soul prevents me from doing so. Only say my winter beater is points, starts every time. Oh yeah, I mean, this truck's pretty good about that. I would like to. I think I should get the manual choke going again, but she's been doing really well. Not that it gets that cold here. You know what I mean? It's very mild weather. Talking so much, my cigar went out. It's unacceptable. Talk less, smoke more. Much better. Mopar Den is watching Meekum live auctions too. They have a nice 62 Polara 500 max wedge on right now. Mopar Den, I'm just sitting in the old truck, man. Same as ever. It's full of crap right now because I've been doing some work. Full of crap right now. Let's get it though. Let's show you the old gal, how she's setting. Just the old Chevy. I'm so lazy I haven't even cleaned off that wheel. Bless my heart. Running errands today, so I got laundry back here. My piece of work carpet drying out in the sun, so I can use that later to work under a car because I'm ghetto. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. But yeah, Mopar. Dennis. I'll just call you Dennis. My office. But she's running well. She really likes the 350. I know you've been busy as sin, Dennis, so I don't know if you were there for that. I actually swapped a 350 into the truck. Mike in saying, I want to go watch a Meekum auction before I die. They're supposed to be really cool, and the leftover cars that don't really get sold are pretty damn reasonable for the price. Mom's in the chat, Scottish One, saying, where have you been? Exactly, Mike and his mama cries. Dakota saying, I use a 1980 Camaro headliner to lay down on. That's pretty classy, Dakota. In the ghetto. Dennis, you know what I mean? I'm like a headless chicken these past few months. I haven't even truly done a video on the V8 swap. Rusted Junk's in the chat. What's going on, brother? Doing well. How's it up north? You guys get any rain? Terrence is in the chat saying, hey guys, just stopped in and having a coffee before cutting up a tree that was in my power lines. It almost ended in disaster yesterday with some impressive fireworks from the main grid. Good Lord, man. I'm glad you're all right. Glad you still got power. Pesky trees, man. Pesky trees. Mike in saying old Amazon boxes cut up. That's my crawler. Yeah, I mean, I usually just use cardboard but my buddy Bernardo was cutting up some carpet, and I was like, hey, I want some of that. Yes, Terrence and Mr. Greaves. Terrence, how's Mr. Greaves doing? Was he wasn't at all shocked in this electrical incident, was he? Not literally, but was he? I don't. The Munchkin cat shouldn't be experiencing any stress. Dakota saying the headliner's top notch. Been using it for 2 years. I really wanted to buy a Gear Wrench. Has a great a really great creeper. It's got some magnets on there, a couple magnet trays, and then the wheels. The wheels are hard to beat. I feel like it's a little nicer than the Snap-on creeper. At least the ones that I've used. They may have changed them by now. They're always innovating on things that don't need innovating. But I've used Matco, I've used Snap-on, I've used Cornwell, and I really like that dang Gear Wrench creeper. I really do. Terrence is saying I cut it, hung up the lines. Mr. Greaves is great. Was watching the debacle from the window. Cat's just staring out at you. Well, Barden's talking about his Belvedere. He's saying, after much consideration, I decided to keep it. Considering the restoration it went through, I know that I'd regret it too if it was sold. Yeah. Now, I mean, honestly, it seems like a miracle nowadays if you can actually get a car restored, especially properly, you know what I mean? There's always these like half-finished rotisserie restorations out there. People run out of budget money, shop, get stuck on the work, whatever it may be. I guess that's another argument to leave them as survivors or shit boxes, as the natives say. Unfinished is saying I'd rather have a lift than a creeper. Unfinished, I really don't mind a lift. I really don't. Especially here, the lifts are less than a year old. They don't make any creaking or groaning or death sounds. They lift evenly. Everything works. It's insane. Insane. Always got a scoot. Just want to drop in and say hi. Enjoy that weather. It sucks here. It's a pretty beautiful day, man. I appreciate you stopping through, brother. Hope it's all good up north, and I'll talk to you before too long, I'm sure. Check your fluids, man. Yeah, man. Thought somebody was shooting, but that box man just hit that speed bump like it wasn't there. Yeah, the lift is definitely preferable, especially if you've got claustrophobia. But, I mean, so you got to do what you got to do, I guess. Mopar Dens asking if I will make it to the No Name Nationals 2024. I'll sure as hell try. I'll probably be in a better position to do it this year than the previous years. I'd love to go down and actually, meet everybody and kind of put around and bother John Wilburn. I think it'd be a lot of fun, man. So I can't give you a definite answer on that, but because my circumstances change like the tide. But yeah, but I'd say I'm definitely better geared to do it this year than the previous years. It's going to be great to see. Hope you can make it. Yeah, man, it's going to be great. I've been talking to you for a few years. A lot of folks we've been talking for a few years now, and we all got a lot of similar interests, good rapport with each other, and just be cool to chill out. Have a coffee or a beer, share some food. I don't know what's that restaurant everybody goes to for the No Name Nationals. It's like a Cracker Barrel, but it's not. Rusty Junk Garage is saying I got a scissor lift. So far, I like it. Rusty Junk, is that like code? You're telling us you've been getting high? No, I'm just kidding, man. That's really cool. That's a good piece of equipment to have. I'm not the biggest fan of ladders, especially once once you have to extend them, you know, that's like a whole different world. So the scissor lift is a beautiful thing. Abel D is in the chat. Cousin Abel. Primo Abel. What's going on, brother? How are you? DD Speed Shop got a scissor lift? He must want a bird's eye view of his failures. I'm just kidding. Dan's a great dude. It's a lot more done than I do, that's for sure. A lot more done than I do. Yeah, I was trying to think. I had a couple things worth mentioning, but they're gone. Gone like Wallace's eye, as my grandmother would say. Abel's prepping for King of the Hammers. Oh, a scissor car lift. Oh, okay. Okay, now I'm scissor car lift. I mean, I've never used one of those in my life. That's probably fun, though. Anything that gets the car up off the ground is good. They came out with some new ones that are pretty sketchy, but I don't know, you know, depending on the design, I'm sure it's more than practical. Over the winter or before spring, depending on the weather, I'm going to give the 904 on the Coronet attention. I think I'm losing the pump as I get constant whine in reverse. The whine, the gear whine. That's one thing I love about this SM420. I still have some gear whine. Able between 5 and 6 days a week. It depends. They've pushed us for 6 days a good amount these last few months, but again, as we're winding down on this last line of cars, they've kind of slowed down some. So it's only been 4 the week before last, and then this week. But I was a little busy with family stuff last week, and then yeah, same deal. So I've been kind of out of the loop. I realized I'd missed a couple Sundays of streaming, you know, which kind of bums me out. I enjoy getting together with everybody. But yeah, just between 5 and 6. Again, 4 the last couple of weeks because of the holidays, but we'll probably be back to 5, and then towards the end of this month back to 6, which I don't mind. Lord knows I could use the money. Look at this truck. Landon Custom Classics is in the chat. Cousin Mike, what's going on, brother? Does nothing special. How you doing, man? What's going on, Mike? You plowing snow in the tracker? Sand Mountain Ballistics. Mr. Hunter Bethune in the chat. What's going on, man? How's the new job, Hunter? I haven't even had a chance to ask you. The snow plow on the Geo Tracker. Good old cousin Mike. Yep. Yeah, I don't know, nothing wild going on here. It's been real boring, just a lot of work. Trying to keep up with the rest of my crap in the meantime. Like I said, a couple decent ideas for YouTube, but nothing that's really come to fruition. Yeah, not much I can think of, really. Itchy to get to work on this truck and the other projects. But it's weird, you know, working a job where I don't have to have my own tools means my tools are sitting in storage. So it's like I don't really have the tools I need to kind of do the work I need to do, and then I don't want to buy more tools because I'm gonna have to find a place to put said tools. Cousin Mike's saying it's going to be the world's most accessorized geo tracker in the world. I like it, man. Dakota's timeout saying Hunter's making that big money. He's about to go buy a mint condition tri-power GTO. Abel's saying not letting 2024 go by without hanging, meeting you primos. That would be cool, Abel. Like I said, man, I'm kind of like a headless chicken most of the time. I barely, like, it's been a couple months since I seen at zero even, but you know, it'd be cool to meet up, man. You can laugh about the truck. You see it in person, you'll see it even. You'll see the details. Miss Olive Drab is in the chat. What's going on, Olive? How are you? Unfinished is saying camper shell equals cheap storage. Unfinished, I saw one too online off of Square Body. Pretty decent price. And it would fit the 8-foot bed. I just wonder how bad it would clash. I need something with like some faux wood paneling on it. You know what I mean? Does nothing special saying the new job I got in September is working out great as well. That's cool, man. It's always good to find something new, you know what I mean? I feel like getting stuck in the same thing, unless it's a good, you know, you're in that one good kind of thing, you know, getting stuck in the same thing is kind of rough. All has been nocturnal lately. Cousin Mike saying I have the perfect camper shell for you and it's free. You just got to get up to Idaho to buy it or pick it up. I'll do it, man. I'll drive up there. I'll drive this damn Apache. This thing will be fighting me all the way up to 15. Dakota saying a good job is worth a lot. Yeah, that's right. Dakota, don't you do factory work as well, though, right? I mean, you're in a similar position to your brother, if I do remember. Because Mike's saying it's antique solid metal with a roof rack. That would be badass. There's a guy near me that's selling a couple, the gun rack, the little plastic one that go along the back window here. Well, not plastic, it's metal with the rubberized portion. I really want to buy that. Even though I can't legally really use it here in California for the most part, but I guess if I got out onto BLM land or something, maybe. One part then saying I was watching some videos of those guys who go snow camping in their pickups, camper bed inserts. Some are really cozy looking. Yeah, people do them up, you know. I wouldn't mind something like that. I'd probably have to redo get rid of the plywood bed floor if I wanted to do something like that. But for tool storage, just whatever, cover it up would be fine. Cousin Mike saying hang fishing poles on it. That would be a good one too. Abel, I know what you're talking about with the Alaskan campers. I love those things, man. There was a guy selling one out in Yucca Valley. But I tried to get a hold of him a few times. Never got back to me. And then the last I looked, it was sold. So I'm assuming somebody local bought it. Unfinished saying I have a set of vintage racks still new in the box. Are they for sale, Unfinished? Or are you going to use them? I don't want to take from your project. Does nothing special saying Dakota, I didn't realize how terrible my last job was. They'll get you, man. They'll get you. You start to get used to things, and you feel like you're trying to work towards something, but you're kind of biding your time. You get used to a lot of people say comfortable. I don't know if that's a good word, but it's kind of how you get, I guess. Unfinished is saying I think they're from your neck of the woods. Oh, because they're unused. Yeah. Yeah, no, I would love that. I can get myself a nice marlin to hang up back here or something. Old school marlin. Staring at this guy's car next to mine. He just got a new bumper and he already dinged that damn thing. Some people should have bicycles. Shit. Don't break nothing now. I'm gonna start a fire in the truck. Oh, son, don't break nothing now. No, it does nothing special. St. David Co. I pulled pneumatic bulk tankers for 10 years, hauled plastic, flour, and lead. Yeah, that doesn't sound like the easiest work either. It does not sound like the easiest. There's nothing saying I'm pulling a high shade now, hauling scrap metal. That don't sound bad. The tankers sound kind of gnarly to me with the, that amount of liquid and everything and that weird surge thing they do, and that sounds pretty intimidating. I don't really haul much, I guess. Unfinished, saying those suckers look top heavy. Yeah, they do. I had this person, I was driving and they're out here, there's like 5 or 6 lanes. And I was in the third lane out trying to pass a couple trucks. And this person gets over and was apparently, weary or scared, whatever, of passing the trucks on a curve. So they got into the third lane and just kind of laid on their brakes. Man, I was not a happy man. People who break in through traffic, there's a special place for them. And people who pass on the right. People who pass on the right get no mercy from me. All dry products. Yeah, I know. I heard you does nothing. I was just saying that the liquid tankers, they seem kind of, that's daunting to me. I guess all of it is. My blind ass has no business driving a 53-foot trailer. Cousin Mike has learned today that, especially in high winds, the snowplow reduces the Geo's top speed. That poor tracker. That poor tracker. It's like it really is like a Samurai mixed with a Geo Metro with, a little bit of Jeep in there. Does nothing, saying Cousin Mike, a strong fart will slow a tracker. I mean, I ramble on about that rig, but Mike turned it into like an unusable, basically piece of scrap into a pretty reliable rig that he uses consistently. So that's there's something to be said about that. Cousin Mike saying semi flew by, thought it was going to flip. You got a little wobble out of it? That's no fun. That's one beautiful thing about this truck, man. She stays planted. Torsion bars and everything. Unfinished project saying there are a lot of pneumatic tankers here that haul liquid waste from chicken kill plants. They have small engines that pressurize the tank and they will unload in about 5 minutes. It's wild. That's insane. A chicken kill plant. There's a Dead Kennedys song about that, Unfinished. Well, I got me a job down at the chicken kill plant. I kill chickens for about 14, 15 an hour, and it pays the bills. Yeah, that's some good stuff. They got rid of all that stuff out here Unfinished. They used to have all kinds of pig farms and stuff out inland to LA and everything, but they got rid of them. Does nothing special, saying I had a blower mounted on the frame of the tractor. Pretty dang cool. If it works, right? I was thinking of doing that. I need to install a compressor on this truck so I can finally, do my train horn thing. It's the one thing I'll change. I won't fix my courtesy lamp, my disc courtesy lamp, but I'll go ahead and install a compressor so I can have a semi-horn. Shows you how my brain works. Cousin Mike's saying, my buddy worked for Tyson Chicken. He took scissors and finished cutting the heads off of it, off the machine, but the machine didn't get all the way. I mean, what are you gonna do, I guess? I'm picturing South Park, like, where all the turkeys are staring at the screen with, like, the field and everything, and then the giant saw blade just comes. At least it's not like just give him a club and he's got to manually kill all the chickens. Manually kill all the chickens. What is it, like, or No Country for Old Men, that thing, the piston deal? Don't put it in your pocket. It'll just become another coin. Oh, man. Dude, Dakota's saying, I bet after you do that stuff, you don't want to eat chicken anymore. Maybe. I used to feel that way with hunting and fishing sometimes. Like, there's usually a couple moments when you're processing your game where you're just like, oh, man, like, I really got to eat this. At least for me. I'm kind of citified, though, so I don't know. Mopar Den's asking if I prefer cognac, rum, or bourbon with my cigars. Dennis, I don't drink too much, but I really do prefer bourbon. I really do. Maker's is good. Woodford's great. Hell, Jim Beam's really great as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, bourbon. What about you? My favorite, I don't know if you've ever tried it, is just like a decent mezcal. Because the mezcal's already smoky, and I mean, I feel like when you take a sip of the mezcal and you have a decent cigar, it's like it almost hits your palate and your nose with that smell that you initially get when you walk into a humidor. Does nothing special, saying I passed chicken farms on the highway, kills my need for KFC. Cousin Mike saying he can't trust anything that eats with his pecker. Abel's saying I'll catch you later. Gonna make, hey, well, sun is shining. Abel, thanks for stopping in, brother. Be safe. Get ready for King of the Hammers. Make sure, of course, above all, please check your fluids, man. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night, man. Mopar Den saying a little bourbon with a cigar every once in a while is relaxing. Yeah, sure is. Sure is. I normally, I'll drink a beer or something, but with certain cigars, a beer will get a weird kind of floral taste, which isn't very desirable. Because Mike's saying one bourbon, one scotch, one beer. I had this old John Lee Hooker record, and the guy was announcing him, and he just sounded so badly like he didn't want to say his name. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, John Lee Hooker. John Lee Hooker. He's all pissed about it, and then you just hear the crowd go off, and I think he started out with, it was either Boogie Chillin' or maybe Mini Skirts, one of those songs. Does Nothing Special's got to go. He's saying, time to get back to work in the shop. Later, y'all. Happy New Year, Ari. Does Nothing Special. Happy New Year, brother. Thanks for stopping in, man. Like I said, I was just trying to make sure to check in with everybody, because I realized it'd been some time since I uploaded or did a stream or anything, so figured I'd come on here and smoke and yap a little bit. Wasn't going to hurt nobody. But be safe, brother. Make sure to check your fluids. And we got traffic here. The music school. Where the... Oh, these poor children. These poor children. Hey, Charlie Roma's in the chat saying hello, everyone. Just started my 346 pack truck in 30-degree snowy weather. Fired right up. Shut down smooth and sweet. Brandy in cold weather. Yeah. See, isn't that awesome, Charlie? It's rewarding, you know what I mean? People struggle with these new contraptions, and here you are with something tried and true, just doing what it's supposed to do. Brandy ain't bad either. I don't know if I've ever spent money on a decent brandy, though. The cognac, the brandy, and the rum, they're a little sweet for me, but doesn't make them, they're still enjoyable for sure. Opardin saying, tonight's dinner is sloppy joes and Parmesan fries. That sounds unreal, Dennis. Unreal. That's... No. Damn phone. We're going to edit that out. Put this damn phone on vibrate so I don't hear about it. I want to hear it. Every time this phone rings, it's misery. But, yeah, Parmesan fries. That sounds unreal. I have to copy your menu there, Dennis. I'm going to do that myself. Yeah, Mike, every time it happens, man, every time the phone rings, it's some sort of misery. And then it buzzes. Really? Really? I'm going to chuck this phone. Truffle fries. That's another great one, Mike. There was a bar that I used to, it was a restaurant more so than a bar, but it was like a restaurant / hipster bar I used to go to that served duck fat fries. And they would do them, of course, did these shoestring fries exclusively in duck fat. And those were pretty amazing. Mom's saying parm, chili flakes, what else? Truffle oil. Bardin saying the wife came up with that for an easy and quick dinner tonight. That's good thinking, man. She's on it. That's awesome. I had a bowl of menudo today. That's my Saturday tradition as I go to the restaurant over here, El Magay. Gay. El Magay, Magui. It's the agave plant, and they serve really, really good menudo. So I do that, and it kind of brings me back to life. Because even if I don't drink on a Friday night, after that work week, I wake up feeling kind of hungover. So I just go get the menudo. Talking too much. The cigar's going out. Got myself one of these Arturo Fuente Spanish Lonsdale. It's it's a great cigar if you're, want to sit up on your parapet and then look down upon the peasants. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good cigar. Very good cigar. And, Mr. E's saying, replacing any Pittman arm seals today? Replacing Pittman arm seals today. Any tips? Geez, I don't know if I got anything that you're probably not already doing, Mr. E. Welcome to the chat. There might be someone here who's got some decent advice, though. My subscribers tend to be much more intelligent than I am. Bardin saying dinner's ready. Have a great night, Ari. And all, for those in the snow storm like me, be safe. Dennis, thanks so much for stopping in, brother. Really glad to hear from you. Again, glad you're back on YouTube and you got the time and everything. And enjoy dinner. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night on Tony's Live or on my after tonight on After the Tony. After the Tony movie. Enjoy dinner. Check your fluids, man. And of course, please be safe. Mr. E saying, I was hoping Got them out, afraid to put them back in now. Yeah, sometimes the disassembly is a little easier. You get to that point where you throw it back together and you're like, is this going to come out the same way? Is this going to happen, whatever it may be. I feel you there. I'm sure you got it. I get the same kind of like, wishy-washy kind of feeling like, maybe you didn't observe something that was there prior to, disassembling, whatever it may be. Something's orientated differently. I feel you there. Mom's going crazy. What's she saying? She said you can make beer batter and use portobello mushrooms, slice, deep fry, and roll them into parm. Granulated garlic, chili flakes, and then what is it? SUS and garlic lemon aioli. See, that's one thing. If I ask my mom one of her recipes, I better have a couple days, for her to go down the list, because she doesn't do things basic. Cousin Mike saying, yesterday started training 10 horses in a barn now. I'm a busy boy. Cousin Mike, I know you assist with the farrier work. Mr. E saying, can't believe the hold pressure just by themselves. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Cousin Mike, you gotta get back into that farrier stuff, man. Terrence Seymour saying, I've been putting off installing the power steering recon kit in my C-body for over 3 years now. I'm just not feeling it. Got 2 different kits, no motivation. Cousin Mike saying, I trained thoroughbred racehorses. He's saying his back couldn't handle farrier work. Yeah, I know you got your thing, Mike. I'm kind of trying to live vicariously through you. I'm so interested in that type of work that it's like, I don't know. Mr. E. saying, Terrence, I don't blame you. Yeah, 100%. Sometimes it happens. I've got a milk crate and then some full of parts I need to install on this truck that I just haven't. Good stuff, too. Good stuff. It's just sitting there, I need to grab grease so I can install that. And, I don't have my drift so I can do the bearings. I don't have this. I don't have my puller. I got some excuse, but I need to get at it. There's a lot to be done on this truck. I think I'm going to spring. I'm going to spring for a nice set of Martin hammers. Maybe start doing some of this metal work. Cousin Mike saying, go to the track, make 1,000 a day. I'd probably get my head kicked in, man, but just the same. Yeah, Mom used to take care of animals. Cousin Mike saying, I run a little 40-acre ranch. 40 acres is nice. I wish I had 40 acres. Damn Gen Z and their hollers. But, damn kids. Whole generation devoid of intellectuality. Blame the internet. I'm a cynical bastard. But yeah, guys, I'll probably go ahead and call it for the afternoon. I got a couple things I need to get to, but I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow night. I just wanted to check in with everybody. I got a couple videos lined up. I say this a lot. I got a couple videos lined up. I'm going to do them. I'm going to do the videos. And yeah, I'll try to upload a little more consistently. I apologize. There's been such a gap in all the content and all that, but I'll get back in there. I'm getting back in the game. But I appreciate everybody stopping through. I hope you're having a great weekend. Hope everything's prosperous, wonderful, life-changing, potentially. Prophetic, maybe. I don't know. But thank you, guys. But above all, please make sure to check your fluids. Thanks, guys.